Speedway's Track Talk.
Good evening. Well, I'm trying to come on the air one time and not be.
And you have failed every time.
Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong. We were in the Mounds Mall Special Events Studio. Wade Stokes is in the cornfields at Daleville producing the show for us this evening.
Beautiful sunny day today.
It is.
Not a cloud in the sky.
It's been that way all day long.
Yes, very nice.
Going to get a little rain tomorrow night, I think. But
that's all right.
Saturday was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Racetrack.
Great day.
I think it got up to 65, which was higher than they predicted.
We finally got our first show into the season. Started the 69th season.
And it was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Always opening the few first weeks of the season, cars are still being worked on and not quite ready, but I was pleased with the car count, except for the Thunder cars. That one kind of disappointed me a little bit, although it's a new division, so we're going to give it some time. But we had a beautiful group of late models.
We did.
Didn't really tear anything up. We had a lot of pro compacts, and we had some Indy fast cars there.
Quite a few of those there, too.
And all were good races.
Yes, they were.
I got to actually watch some this weekend, and it was good. We had the usual opening night, I wouldn't say jitters, but
just things that happen that you're
brain fades.
Yeah, just from being away from it for 4 or 5 months. So.
And we got new radios and racing electronics, so we're having to get used to the way they work.
Yes, a little different.
That was probably one of our biggest challenges of the evening. We're used to just pushing the button and talking. Well, these you got to push the button, and it's got a 1 second delay. So you get about
half the sentence.
First of all, you don't know who you're calling or who's being called.
We'll get it down.
We got through it. Everybody did a great job. Competitors, staff, the fans had a good time, and we're ready to rock and roll.
We're ready to go.
Looks like the weather's going to be in a little bit cooler, but not quite as much, in the mid to upper 50s.
Can you recall back
rain.
in all the previous years that you were able to get all events in March? Because we have gotten all of our practices in, and our first event and all that were scheduled, we've got them all in the month of March.
No, I don't recall.
Yeah.
It is an oddity.
I
know that, but I would like to go through a whole season and get it done. I think it was a couple of years ago. We only lost like one race.
Yes,
I think it was.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go 100% this year.
It can
see if
happen.
we can get them all in. The weather.
We're starting off 1,000, batting 1,000 right now.
It is. Well, March came in like a lion, out like a lamb.
Yes.
And Friday's April Fool's Day, so beware of that.
Is that why we didn't schedule a practice on Friday?
It might be.
Might be. Probably a good idea.
Sounds like we're going to have several outlaw figure eights there. We've had a lot of calls. Jeff Chu's had a lot of calls. One of the major issues with the outlaw figure eights, other than the fact that the cars are very expensive, is the tires. And there's some chemists out there, not just in that division, but that division in particular stands out. They like to soak the tires, and there's only a couple definitive ways that you can actually prove that a race tire has been soaked, and the only way to do it that's practical, or it's not really even practical in all instances, is to send it away to a lab and see what chemicals are in it. The tire companies obviously don't provide any help, because if the tire's soaked, they don't last as long and they sell more tires, which is something I don't like.
We did see another way that it could be tested, but we prefer not to do that.
That was very unconventional last year.
Yeah.
They can be durometered, and that's the best way, is just to not have a firm percentage that the tires are hardness that the tires durometer, but durometer everybody. And if you've got one that's 5 or 10 points lower than everybody else's, then obviously tires all come from the same place.
Yes.
Then they've been doctored, and they've tried to take advantage of the rules and will suffer the consequences. So Jeff Chu will have that well in control this Saturday.
I'm not sure at Anderson Nova if that's such an advantage or not, being with the banking.
It
and
is
stuff
in
like
qualifying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which gives you your starting position.
Yes.
So, and it's, you tried to do it. That's one of the reasons you do an invert in the for the feature, but then you got guys that are pretty savvy, and I don't fault them for it. They sandbag or they try to hit the invert just right. But then you got other guys that just want to go as fast as they possibly can, and those cars are going fast enough anyway. You don't need to be soaking the tires. So.
But anyway, those guys, regardless of the speed and what they do, they put on one heck of a show every time they come to the track.
They do.
Yes, it'll make the hair stand on the back of your neck.
Mark Tunney's been emailing me the last couple of days. They're planning on coming. I mean, there's a bunch of guys that's called and said they're coming. So
good.
Hopefully
they're ready to race.
Looks like it's going to be dry. That's important.
Yes.
So we'll get a good car count. We have the Outlaw Figure Eights this weekend. We have our first appearance of our own Thunder Roadsters. Mel Kenyon Midgets in their first appearance of the year, and the Indy Fast Karts are going to be back. They put on a great show.
They did. We'll talk about the winners on that one
we will.
momentarily.
You want to do it right now? We'll do it real quickly because we got a special guest coming up.
Well, you want to talk about them first? You want to just go right down the list?
Let's go. Let's talk about the Indy Fast Karts.
Well, I think we had a good feel of those come out. I think 12 of them was there, which is good for them for the beginning of the season. We had 2 heat races in the feature, and the gal that what's that? And the one gal there that comes and supports us every time she's out there, Angie Gooden. I believe it's her husband. Was it her husband that set the fast time? I'm not
R.C.
sure.
Rigdon.
I'm sorry, it wasn't.
If it's her husband. He's got a different name.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it wasn't. But anyway, Angie won the first heat, and I believe Johnny Hargraves won the second heat. And then in the feature, she showed the guys how to go around Anderson Speedway because she won the feature as well too. But it wasn't given to her; she had to work for it. But
her and was it Jason Reynolds in the 55 car were going back and forth in front. But then in third, fourth, and fifth place, Johnny Hargraves and her husband Hunter, and then R.C. Rigdon were putting on a heck of a show.
Yes, they were.
And Johnny was holding them off most of the time, but then finally the 4-car got around him.
What's fun about those Indy Fast Karts, Rick, is watching them is their drafting. I mean, to them, that track there is their Daytona, and they'll get into a draft just like you watch NASCAR. And once you see that, you can see an actual group of them, 2 or 3 or 4 in a line, will actually close in on another pack, or they'll close in on a single car and just pass them just like a freight train. So it's cool to watch that.
The fast time was 17.5. And just to put it in perspective, probably the average for the Pro Compacts was 15.2, 15.3. So they're only 2 seconds slower than the Pro Compacts. So that's pretty cool.
So they put on a great show. Yes.
Markham Welding Pro Compacts. We had a good field of those. We were 15 strong right out of the box this year. Kevin Harmon, former champion in a prior year. You're not really a former champion.
You're always a champion, yes.
But he set the fast time. And then Jeff Williams in Kevin Harmon's car won the first heat. And I'm trying to
think it was Ryan Claiborne was the winner of the second heat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was our third place in points last year, third or second place in points last year. Yeah, Ryan Claiborne for Newcastle, and Jeff Williams won the feature.
He did, but he said the car was set up for a 20 lap feature race, and of course we take those 25 this year. And he said those last 5 laps were very hard to hold off second and third place, but he did it.
How do you set up a Pro Compact car?
I don't know.
For 20 or 25 laps? What's the difference?
That was his interview. It could have been. That was his interview with Kendall Bastide. He says, I have it for 20, and we went 25, and he says those last 5 laps were very hard.
I think it's all in the driver's mind.
It might be. I don't know.
Then we had our McGonigal Engine late models, and Danny Trent is back this year, and he set fast time 12.877, just ahead of Jack Dawsey. And in the first heat, Jeff Markham, who is going to be a strong contender for the championship this year, won it, and our good buddy from Muncie, Joe Woodring, won the second heat, and Jack Dawsey won the third, won the feature, JD3. Our track champion the last 2 years. He's not going to be running full time with us this year. They're going to be here every time they can, but he's going to be running full time in the Jegs All-Star Series this year.
So we wish him well.
Wish him well. But Jeff Markham was second, Danny Trent was third, Josh Kay was fourth, and John Watson got his car together this year, and he finished a pretty strong fifth place. Hope Hornish, Sam Hornish's niece, was with us Saturday night in her first appearance at Anderson Speedway. Actually started on the pole.
She did.
And ran into some unfortunate circumstances in turn one. I don't think she hurt the car too bad. She
No.
spun, and I couldn't tell from my perspective. I was actually in the tower down in turn one. When they get by, you can't tell if the cars are together or not. I don't know if she had a little help. She was driving into the corners awfully hard.
She was battling there with the 4-car of John Heck and Joe Woodring, so there might have been some contact there.
Might have been a little bit. She spun down in turn one. She is. I'm going to get her on the show. I was going to plan on trying to get her tonight, but I'm going to try to get her next week. What a great personality. I mean, she just oozes enthusiasm and spunk, and she just needs some seat time. I mean, this is all new to her, and she needs some seat time, and once she does it.
We seen her down at Watermelon Capital Speedway, and I think she got a top 10 in that race that she was in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So she just needs some seat time, and she'll be right up there with the other guy. I don't think she's afraid to duke it out, although
she's not.
Starting on the pole, she kind of got ate up a little bit there at the start by Jack and Jeff, and I think
Jeff got her at the start
Danny
there.
Tripp might have been up there. I don't remember who all was up there, and Josh Cave had a really strong car too. But then Jack and Jeff was in the lead. I think we had the caution.
We had a caution for that.
Jack started on the outside, and Jack just fought for 2 or 3 laps and just worked the outside. Jeff raced him clean and got around him on the outside. That's the groove.
Jack knows how to use the outside.
If you can master it at Anderson Speedway.
That's right.
But that was our opening night of the 2016, our 69th season at Anderson Speedway.
Wow.
20th for Action Entertainment,
yes.
Believe it or not.
It's hard to believe. Is that why you're so gray-headed?
Yes. Yes, it is. My daughter's 25 years old, and I don't think she put one of these gray hairs on here. But there's all kinds of racing coming up this weekend. We've already talked about the Outlaw Figure Eights coming to Anderson Speedway Saturday night. On Sunday, it'll be opening night or opening afternoon at Lucas Oil Raceway Park as the CRA series invades that track.
Yes, 5/8
mile. 2
mile.
o'clock with their annual cabin fever. Last year it got snowed out or colded out or rained out, whatever. But this year looks like the weather's going to be a whole lot better. It looks a lot better now than it did Saturday.
Oh, I know.
They were showing 30s on Saturday. Now all of a sudden it's up to 50. So I'm back into the weatherman groove.
What's your friend Paul Poteet say? He's always pretty accurate.
Paul's going to be at the Speedway this year.
Oh, that's right.
On June the 3rd for the Black and White Gala, and that's pretty cool. Paul's a great guy.
He is.
And enjoy him. But Cabin Fever starts at 2 o'clock this Sunday at Lucas Oil Raceway Park. They have the CRA Sportsman Series, the CRA Street Stocks. The Vors Compact Touring Series opens their season. And also the
Top Seed Modifieds?
The Modifieds.
The Modifieds, okay.
We'll
4 divisions.
There. Always a good show. Usually decent car counts.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll get a decent crowd down there also.
That'd be great.
And we're going to have Glenn Luckett on the phone here just shortly. Well, I understand from our astute producer that Mr. Luckett is already on the line. Hey, Glenn, how's things down in Salem, Indiana?
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
Well, we're
doing great.
Doing great. Had a little unfortunate circumstances with the weather at your place Sunday night, I understand.
Yeah, we had a little lightning issue.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, mercy.
That'll cause you to have to change your BVDs.
It was a little close. It had a little power surge in my office and lost a little bit of equipment, but working on getting it all fixed and back.
Wow.
So.
Well, everybody's safe and doing good. Well, tell us about Sunday opening night it's really not your opener because we've been in Georgia, but it's the opening night for the CRA Sportsman and Street Stocks. Yeah, that's right. It's opening day. Thank you, Gary.
Opening afternoon.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we're looking forward to it. It'll be the 7th annual Cabin Fever Championships out at Lucas Oil Raceway, and like you said, it'll be the season opener for the Sportsman and the season opener for Street Stocks. Also going to be the season opener for the iCar Modifieds and the Vors Tour. So we're looking forward to it. We're expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 cars, and we'll probably have about 170 laps of feature racing starting at 2 o'clock. So we're hoping
all features on Sunday, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, there could be last chance races if needed, but other than that, it'll be all features.
Cool. You're also breaking in a new race director for your 2 CRA divisions.
Yes, yep, Mr. Brian Duncan. He took a little promotion there. He's going to move up and do some race directing. Of course, he's been with us, I think, for 14 years now. So he's been around and has seen everything and been our chief starter for a long time. So he's going to step in the booth and he's going to call some races. Going to do a lot of street stock and sportsman shows this year. So we're looking forward to Brian making that move. And he's going to be up in the tower with me this Sunday, and we're going to be working together on the races. So we're expecting some good things out of Brian.
Okay, yeah, you going to call the races this weekend?
Well, I think I'm going to call one, and he's going to call one. The two features. So yeah, he'll be up there. I think he's going to do the sportsman race, and I'm going to do the street stock race. So
cool. Well, if anything happens, you always have me up there to back up. Who's going to be in the flag stand, Scotty?
Yeah, Scott Midland, who also got a promotion. Scott's he's moved up to assistant competition director now. He's taken some more responsibility, and but yeah, he'll be in the flag stand this weekend, and he'll be helping us run everything as he will all season. So we're looking forward to having both of those guys.
Yeah, that's cool. Scott, if I'm sure some people may not recognize him by his name, but he is very animated in the flag stand.
Yes, it scares me to death. I always want to put a bungee cord on him or tie him to the rope to the post. I'm always afraid he's going to fall out. But yeah, he's very limber up there and likes to put on a show.
Yeah. You and I couldn't do that.
No,
not anymore.
And you got Jeff Chu in tech, right?
Yep, Jeff will be there. Eddie will be there this weekend too. We'll have both. We'll have the Chu double team going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And got some guys. We got a lot of good guys, and we're lucky that most of our people have stayed with us for the last couple of years, especially in the tech area. So we've got some really seasoned, experienced tech people, and glad to have all those people back.
It's kind of like at our track, everybody's a big family.
Yes.
Yep, I totally agree. Couldn't do it without them. We do have a new announcer. I don't know if you guys have heard. We have a new announcer that we've hired.
No, I haven't.
Andrew Hahn, formerly of Plymouth Speedway.
Andrew.
Yep, Andrew's going to come on board and do some announcing for us this year, and I'm looking forward to that. He's been at Plymouth for quite some time, and he decided to branch out a little bit. So he wanted to go see some different racetracks and work some bigger events. So he's gonna get away from the dirt up there in Plymouth and come announce some of our shows this year.
Wow.
We still going to see Adam from time to time?
Oh yeah. When he's not busy, he's a busy man now. You know, Bob Sargent keeps pretty busy over there in Illinois. But we'll see Adam a few times, but not a whole lot. I think he's only got 4 or 5 shows on his schedule this year. The rest of it, they actually have a second racetrack now, though. They have a racetrack they'll run on Friday night and a racetrack on Saturday night over in Illinois. 2 dirt tracks that are real close together. So besides all the
I
big
don't know how
events,
Bob does it, and he's involved in Paducah too, I think, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah. Plus he does the big shows over at the Springfield Mile and DuQuoin, and he's doing the Nashville race next weekend at the ARCA and show. Then we'll be down there with the Southern Super Series. He does that. He does the ARCA race over at Lucas Oil. So the list goes on and on and on.
Tell us a little bit about next weekend down at Nashville. What's running down there?
Well, we're going to have first time ever will be a twin race with the Southern Super Series. We're going to race a 50-lapper points race for CRA on Friday. The Southern Super Series will also do a 50-lapper. After that, they're going to have a country concert with Colt Ford from down there in Nashville. Then on Saturday, we'll have to take the top 12 finishers out of each of those 50-lappers, plus a couple provisionals and a couple from the last chance race, and we'll run a 75-lapper for all the money on Saturday. And then there's a 200-lap ARCA race, too, that evening. So I think that all kicks off like at 5:30 on the Saturday night.
Wow, that's a big show down there.
Yep,
and there'll be a lot of cars.
Yeah, we're expecting probably 40 to 50 late models for that deal. Nashville's one of those places that's kind of right in the middle of the north and the south, and a lot of people like to travel to there. So I think it'll be a good show.
It's a good racetrack to watch the competition too.
It is.
Yes.
In fact, I think I even watched the pace car one year and get involved in some of the competition. Brand new Dodge Challenger, I think.
Yeah, I also had a pace car come to a sudden stop coming in off the racetrack in turn 3 and 4.
I was there, and I haven't let the driver forget it. Well, Glenn, we appreciate our relationship with you. You guys have got 2 Super Series races at our place.
Yes,
one coming up in in May, and then, of course, the Redbud 300 in July. Got a Jegs race at the end of July and all kinds of CRA Sportsman Street Stock races. It'll be our 20th year together also.
Yep, that's amazing. I can't believe that. If I would have told me that I'd still be doing this 20 years from now, I would have said, there's no way.
Did you think me and RJ would both survive?
No, I thought one of you probably would have shot one another by now.
If I hadn't been so petrified of guns.
But Glenn, I want to know something. How's come Rick's hair is all gray and yours isn't after 20
I don't know.
years?
Mine's pretty gray.
Yeah, but RJ doesn't have hardly any. So who won that battle?
That's true.
I've stayed out that
Probably listening out in Colorado. He can't come and get us though. He's all snowed in. So.
He is.
But I'll hear it. I'll hear it this week.
You will.
I'm sure we will.
We look forward to seeing you this Sunday down at Lucas Oil Raceway Park and through the rest of the season. Have a great season.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good evening.
All right, we'll see you.
All right,
Glenn
bye.
Luckett, the main man with the CRA
He
series.
does a great job.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk.
Heart attack, stroke, serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings? Or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
Jimi Hendrix. How you like them apples? How'd I do that time?
I knew
that guitar.
I knew it was that, too.
Well, you didn't say it. How are you going to win Tune Tag if you don't say who it is?
Well, because I can't win when you're always told before I get here.
I was not told that was Jimi Hendrix. That's Jimi Hendrix guitar. It's either him or Stevie Ray Vaughan. They're two of the best guitar players there ever was. We're back with Anderson Speedway Track Talk and Tune Tag. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong.
You need to say hi to somebody.
At the Mounds Ball Special Event Studio. Say hi to our good buddy down in Auburndale, Florida. Leon and Barb Murphy are listening to us this evening. And wherever you may be around the world, and I figured out there's probably a lot of our servicemen that are tuning in, especially our local guys that are maybe in Afghanistan or in those places, because we get the hits every Tuesday night, and we want to say hi to them and thank you for everything you're doing so we can
Absolutely.
sit here and have fun and do this
Yes.
and get home soon and get out to the Speedway so we can show you a good time.
We've got a lot of people from all over the country and all over the world listening to us now, so that's great.
Couple of sad notes I need to impart on everybody, and we'll try to get the information up on our website hopefully by in the morning. But another one of our racing family passed this past weekend rather unexpectedly. If you come through the pit gate, you know Rebecca Lane, and you definitely knew her grandpa Finley Lane. Well, her dad, Randy Lane, passed away this past weekend at a very young age. I think he was only like 52. And the viewing will be tomorrow from 12 to 8 in Bluffton, and the funeral is Thursday. But definitely our hearts and prayers goes out to Rebecca and her mom, and they've really been through it the last year,
Yes, they have.
losing Finley and Randy. So Lane family legacy is going to live on with both of them. I know Randy grew up basically at the racetrack right beside Finley,
He sure
passing
did.
out programs and everything, and it's really going to be missed. And I know Rebecca needs everybody's support, and we're there for
We're
it.
there.
And I tell you, I can't go through this program without mentioning, and I watched it before I came in here, the funeral for the fallen police officer up in Kokomo. It's just gut wrenching to watch that, and sure feel for his wife and the little boy that was just born last August that will never get to know his father, and it's just tragic how that stuff happens, and the stupidity, and some people just, it makes no sense to me. But we should definitely, as the I don't know his name, but the long snapper for the Colts tweeted, we should be bleeding blue for all of our police officers, because they're out there every day putting their lives on the line for it, and you don't realize it until it hits home, either with something personally or in an event like this, with an officer that you might know.
Right.
And it just gives you more credence to live each day one day at a time and enjoy it. But we should bleed blue because they bleed red for us.
Yes,
and
they do.
Sometimes it's the ultimate sacrifice. So please remember all those folks in your thoughts and prayers, as I know our Anderson Speedway family will. This weekend at Anderson Speedway, Saturday night, starting times at 6 o'clock, the Outlaw Figure Eights will invade the track along with Thunder Roadsters, the Mel Kenyon Midgets, and Indy Fast Carts will be here. Then on Sunday, take a little trip. It's going to be a nice afternoon. Go down to Lucas Oil Raceway Park at 2 o'clock and watch the CRA Sportsman Series, CRA Street Stocks, the Vors Compact Touring Series, and the Modifieds. That's Sunday.
A lot of racing.
Saturday night, there's a lot of racing. We've been pinned up all winter.
Yes,
we're ready
we're
to see
ready.
some racing, and this weekend is a good one to do it. The weather's going to be great. And
Just a reminder, our front gates open at 3 on Saturday.
3, and we race at 6. And then we'll
7
switch
o'clock.
that next week. Well, we'll tell you all about that
Yes,
later.
absolutely.
We appreciate you spending the time with us this evening. For Gary Mong, I'm Rick Dawson. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the track.
Tune in next Tuesday night for another edition of Anderson Speedway's Track Talk on News Talk 1240 WHBU and the new 103.7 FM, and on Muncie's Sports Station 102.9 FM and 1340 AM. And for more information on Anderson Speedway, go to andersonspeedway.com.